Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. I wish more managers/owners behave this way when someone's a jerk instead of kissing their butt. We'd have so many less Karens. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Karen at the local bakery. We have a local bakery that has the best donuts within a 20-mile radius. It's a small family-owned place that's only open in the morning or until they sell out. The line is legendary. It wraps from the inside out. Often you see your neighbors and friends and idle conversation ensues. Unfortunately, the bakery is near a new area that has a plethora of Karens. One came into the bakery as I was waiting in line with my girlfriend. She opened the door, took one look at the line, and huffed. The tale now begins. Characters: Karen, CS, random customers, owner, bakery owner, Karen. Is this really the line? CS: Yep, it's like this every Saturday. Karen: I just want some donuts for my kids. Is there an express lane? CS: Nope, this is the line. It's always like this. Part of the charm. Karen: No, you don't run a business like this. Mind you, the line's moving. It's a little slow, but this place isn't Dunkin' Donuts. If you want a particular type of donut and it's not quite ready, they'll get it for you. CS: Their donuts are worth the wait, trust me. You'll get up there soon. A customer asks for 2 dozen of their yeast glaze, which are the best. This sets Karen off. Karen: So you can clear the shelves with all these people here? I need to talk to the manager. No one should have to wait this long. By now, other customers are noticing and mumbling insults under their breath. Karen weaves her way up to the counter. Karen: Where's the manager? Owner: I'm the owner. What can I do for you? Karen: Why is this taking so long? I have kids. This is no way to run a business. You should have an express line. Owner: Well, miss, I've been running it this way for 30 years. As you can see, I have no shortage of customers. Please return to the line and we'll get to you as soon as we can. Karen: This line is ridiculous. You should make this more efficient. I've been here 10 minutes. Typical wait on a Saturday morning's 10 to 15 minutes. Owner: Thank you for your suggestion, but I believe I'll continue running my business my way. Please head back to the line. By this time, Karen's starting to fume. She's heard some of the snide comments from people standing in the line. This bakery's a small place. If you say something, it'll be heard. Karen: I am never coming back here. It's inefficient, slow, and rude. I don't think you'll be in business much longer. CS: I doubt that. Look at all the people. Owner: You can return to the line or leave. I have other customers to tend to. Good day. Karen loses it and must have forgotten this is a mom and pop place. Karen: I'm calling corporate. Owner, chuckling: Well, being that we're the only one, good luck with that. Karen: This place is horrible. You won't be in business long. Karen leaves. She gets back in her Karen SUV and blazes away. The owner apologized for the scene. He also gave 1 extra donut to everyone who witnessed the Karen meltdown. I'm sure she's finding the Yelp page to leave a Karen review. Dear Karen, we love our local bakery. Their problem is not lack of customers. Their problem is people like you who ruin the experience. Go to Dunkin' Donuts or some other macro donut shop. And our second story. Entitled Owner. So I work for a fast food franchise owner on the West Coast. I worked for this guy for about a year, so before me there was no IT department. They had a guy who was certified with the franchise to work on their IT equipment, as they were very picky about who worked on their stuff. Even though it was junk, and calling it ancient is not exaggerating. My predecessor left the job unannounced, but I wasn't told why. I had to be sent to another state for training for 3 days so I could do the job. So part of the agreement to do this job is that I teach no one how to do my job, and the software I'm given is not to be given to the owner. It belongs to me as a trained technician. Well, I worked for the owner for about a year. I was being paid $29K salary, exempt from overtime, illegally categorized. The owner wouldn't listen to anything I said when it came to making upgrades of any kind, and would always tell me it was too expensive, then proceeds to withdraw money from the company to buy 4 classic Coke machines to put in his office, totally close to $20K. After about 6 months, I get pulled into the office after griping about working hours. I was given a notice saying that I needed to be working a minimum of 90 hours a week and that I need to be answering my phone at all hours and need to be available to fix equipment at all hours of the day, even at 2 or 3 in the morning. Also accused me of not maintaining the headset systems in the stores properly, even though he went with the cheapest models possibly after being told by multiple franchises not to use that brand. He's reducing my pay by $1,000. It was at this point that I decided to find another job. The owner has told me straight up I wasn't worth what he was paying me. Minimum wage was $11.50 at the time of the job, and that since I don't have any college experience, I'm not worth anything and that I'm not going to get another job. I'm very pacifistic, so I avoid confrontations. I managed to find another job at the end of 1 year and turn in my notice. Due to him not trying to stop me, I think he was hoping I was bluffing, I worked my 2 weeks and turned over all my equipment and my company data I had on me except for the special software. About 3 weeks go by and they contact me saying a store system went down. I ignored them for about 2 weeks and cost the store about $20,000 in sales. I then responded and said I would do the job for $100. Takes me about 2 hours to fix. I get into an email fight with the owner's PA and I quit again, costing them another $10,000 because I didn't finish the work as I didn't get paid yet. To this day, there are stores that have bad or malfunctioning equipment costing thousands a day in lost sales. It turns out that the only maintenance guy, the owner, had figured out what I was doing and decided to quit the day after me. He now has pending lawsuits of miscategorizing employees to avoid paying overtime. Current employees keep me up to date as I'm still friends with many of them. Just $100 to fix? You're too nice. And our next story. I can't move anything out of the garage? Cool. So my dad's a bit of a lazy person. He puts off simple tasks for absurdly long amounts of time. As a result, we've accumulated so much junk in our garage that it went from 3 to 2 to none and back to 1 because I got annoyed. We installed cabinets, i.e. recycled them from our house reno. They barely work, are old and really out of place. They also make it impossible to park. Our house is still unfinished. After 3 or 4 years here, it still needs work in places my dad said he'd do, which I think is never. We only got furniture for one of the rooms a year ago. After 2 to 3 years here, on top of that, my dad decides what's better to do than buy another house. So we have that junk now because apparently Mexican workers cannot be trusted. Unfortunately, my mom also passed away a couple months ago. I'm mostly over it, as sad as that sounds. The thing is, we had boxes upon boxes of medical supplies too. My dad, instead of donating them or asking for them to get picked up, is holding on to them until our insurance sends him a check for them, which is really stupid. We are by no means poor, and we don't need to resort to that kind of stuff. I'd understand if we were broke, but we're not. We have so much junk, it's become difficult to walk around the garage. If you need something, you have to move 10 other things to get to it. I tried time and time again to clean it all up. I've had the garage cleaned to the point where you can park 3 cars in it easy. No longer. I've been told that I can't get rid of anything or throw it out. My family says to wait a day so they can help me clean it up, but then they never do. Yesterday, I was super pissed walking through the garage and I had an epiphany. I don't have to throw anything out. So I started cleaning. I ended up finding some cool stuff. At the end of about 2 hours of work, we had a 2-car garage. I didn't say 3 because what I ended up doing was storing everything I couldn't throw out on the side where my dad gets his tools and other things. Walking there is a nightmare. And you can't even hope to get anything without avalanching yourself in junk. Hopefully he cares enough now to start throwing stuff out. Knowing him, probably not. And our last story. I changed the locks on my rental property. I, 39-year-old male, lost my job due to COVID. Luckily, my wife still got hers, and I've inherited my parents' house 3 years ago and converted it into a rental property, so we still have enough income to provide for bills, food, and school supplies for the children, 10-year-old male and 6-year-old female. Moreover, I occasionally do gardening for the neighbors in order to earn something. The tenant living in my house is an ex-coworker of mine. He did not lose his job since he joined the company many years before me. In addition, his wife also has a decent job, so they have a solid income every month. Now, the problem is that my coworker just stopped paying the rent some months ago because in my country, not US by the way, it's not legal to evict someone, and he wants to take advantage of the situation. Clearly, this is a problem since not only did we lose a crucial income, but we also have to cover bills for the rental property out of our pocket, and this is making a struggle. I'm furious. So I asked my brother, who's a lawyer, what could I do to force the tenant to pay? He told me that since he's not been paying for more than 6 months, the house is legally mine, even though I still can't evict, law is law. Therefore, I can do whatever I want. So I just removed the locks from every door, the main one and the one in back, in order to scare my ex-coworker. Criminality's not exactly low here. It took a week before the tenant started paying again in order for me to add the locks again. However, he's been blaming me a lot since I put the life of his family at risk. Edit. I realized that I am entitled to the missing payments of the past 10 months, so I created an Excel file and shared it with my tenant and told him that all the money he's going to give me are going to first pay for the previous months of rent, and only after everything is paid off will I use that money for the bills, so he will give me everything back if he likes heating and electricity. As for his kid, I offered housing for him in my house, we have a spare room, if he doesn't have enough money to pay me back now, so he doesn't freeze. The tenant will, though. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.